The Nuggets and the Celtics both coming off of very frustrating losses as the Celtics blow a late fourth quarter lead against Cleveland and Denver loses in overtime to Phoenix. One of these teams will have a rebound win while the other will have lost two in a row. I'm Andy from WagerTalk.com. We are taking a look at the Denver Nuggets hosting the Boston Celtics. WagerTalk live odds page shows that this game is close, according to the books. Minus 1.5 for the home team Denver Nuggets. Over under set at 221.5. The only issue with the rosters tonight may be Jaylen Brown. He has listed as questionable right now, and he was listed as questionable in the previous game against Cleveland. And I believe that this is a new injury for him. So there really is not a lot of clarity on what we're going to get from Jaylen Brown. So this line may or may not adjust depending on what we get from him. I think as of now, this line reflects that he will play. So I'm assuming that Jaylen Brown will play tonight on the road against Denver. So let's take a look at these two teams and see what's going on. I've got a promo code that's coming up for everybody later for a nice discount on a 3-day pass that includes a 5% and 4% play in UFC. We'll go over that a bit later. But if you guys could, please hit the like button. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you think about this game tonight. There's a lot of ways you could go about it. I could make the case for either team on the spread. I could see in either case for the total. There's some really good player props in here as well. So let's take a look and see what's going on with the Boston Celtics. I'm looking at their road games here. And so this Cleveland game that they lost, 105-104, not exactly high scoring on the road. And let's be honest, Dean Wade goes ballistic from threes. That game was so close to just being completely over. I thought Cleveland had pulled most of their starters and were kind of done. And honestly, that game is one or two baskets away in the fourth quarter from being up over 20, 22 points. And then nobody's trying. If Dean Wade misses a couple of those threes, I'm not sure they come back. So it was a very strange game. And then before that, could you get more strange than the Cleveland game? Yeah, Golden State 140-88 win. So Cleveland, you have complete opposite ends of the spectrum with Cleveland or with Boston. You have this crazy game against Golden State where they win by 52, and then this crazy game against Cleveland where they blow a big lead. The truth of this team is it's obviously somewhere in the middle. But let's keep taking a look at these road games for Boston. So Cleveland, 105-104, they lose that one. Against the New York Knicks, 116-102, nice win on the road. Against Chicago, high-scoring game, 129-112. Against Brooklyn, 118-110, that's a nice win. Against Miami, 110-106. So they've been good on the road outside of that Cleveland game. They've obviously been good at home. As you know, their home record is absolutely fantastic. So I'm not going to take too much away from that Cleveland game. I think it's a one-off. And in today's NBA, you can make a lot of three-pointers in a short period of time and close a gap real quick, and that's what happened. Denver Nuggets coming off a frustrating loss, I'm sure, for them as they just kind of get blown out in overtime. They give up 15 points and only score 5 in overtime. And this was after Phoenix really fell apart in the fourth quarter. So Denver kind of gets a gift going to overtime and then doesn't do much with it. But before that, they had been really good. So again, I'm not going to take too much away from that. 6 wins in a row. Not against all the best competition, but they did have a 10-point win against the Lakers. Really dominating 21-point win against Sacramento. Really big win on the road against Golden State. But here's what I'm noticing with this Denver team. So let's take a look at some of these home games recently. Phoenix, 117-107. So we're looking at the over-under for this game, 221.5. You know, they get over this 221.5 total against Phoenix, but it's because of 20 points in overtime. Previous home game, Miami, 103-97, nowhere near this 221.5. Against Sacramento, 117-96. That comes in well under on that total. They play Washington, and that game goes 130-110, but it's Washington. They're not really stopping anybody. Sacramento, a 102-98 loss at home. Going back to February 4th, you've got a Portland game, 112-103. Before that, another Portland game, 120-108. And then you got on Monday, January 29th, Milwaukee, 113-107. That's not over this 221 against Philadelphia on the 27th, 111-105. So these Denver games at Denver are not going over the total. I wonder if there's something to do with the elevation in Denver, that the other team starts to get a little bit tired. But Denver's not putting up a ton of points anyways. So It's just it's an interesting trend here, and I think that's where I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to take the under on this. We take a look at the last 10 games on pace, and both teams are fairly the middle of the road. I wouldn't say there's an extreme. So you got the Boston Celtics, who are 20th in pace over the last 10 games, and the Denver Nuggets are 13th in pace. But these teams are really good defensively the last 10 games. Boston is 4th and Denver is 10th. So I get teams that are not really, really fast paced, but they've been really good defensively. And we see these teams go into Denver and they're just not high scoring games. I think this 221.5 is a little bit much. And we've seen Boston, their last road game was 105-104. Before that, 116-102. So you got a nice trend here with Boston going on the road in the under, and you got Denver at home on the under. So that's going to be my official pick for today's game. The Boston Celtics and Denver Nuggets. I'll take 221.5 under. And if Jaylen Brown doesn't play, I think that really helps us out a lot, as they're not going to be able to find somebody come off the bench and give them the offensive production. So that is the official play. I told you guys about a promo code. Use the promo code Andy25. This is a great deal for today. It gets you 25% off any package you want. So if you want a year, if you want 3 days, you want 7 days, by all means, pick whatever one you want. I would recommend getting a nice 3-day package here. The reason is on Saturday, I have a 5% UFC play. Along with that is a 4% play. So you get a 3-day package today. You get all plays for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And that includes a really big 5% and 4% pack that is up now. You also get all NBA. I'm on a 6-3 run in the NBA, and you're getting my NHL plays, which have been fantastic. We're still around that 64, 65%. We're on a 13-3 run in the NHL. Really, really proud of the work we've done with NBA and NHL. So you're going to get all of those plays at a 25% discount. I mean, the 5% pack alone for the UFC is $39. So just with this discount, you're going to get those plays, and it pays for itself. So just go to Andy Lang's profile page, wagertalk.com. Use the promo code Andy25 on checkout. Gets 25% off any package you would like. I would recommend a nice 3-day pack at a really good discount. We can build those bankrolls, get you ready for the weekend. So hit the like button, leave me a comment. Tell me what game you like tonight and what your best bet is. Good luck on all your plays, and we will see everyone later.